Cleaning your down bedding can feel super intimidating, but it's actually way easier than you think. Today, let's talk about why it's important to wash your down bedding and how you can do it at home. Regularly washing your down pillow, throw, comforter, you name it, keeps the down clusters inside lofty, clean, insulating, and ultimately extends the lifespan of your bedding. You should generally wash your down items whenever they're visibly dirty, have lost a little bit of their loft, or it's been a year, whichever comes first. So let's get into it. Before washing, you'll want to ensure you're using a front-loading washer or a top-loading washer without an agitator. Not sure if your dryer is large enough to fit your comforter? Place it in the machine fully lofted to check if it compresses against the drum or if it has room to tumble. If there isn't enough room to tumble, you might consider drying at a laundromat or a friend's house. This is also a great time to treat any stains before washing. We recommend using gentle treatments like a Tide pen or some down soap and pre-soaking any spots you might find. Grab your favorite down soap and fill the main wash compartment according to the instructions on the bottle. It's good to note that generally the measurements for these detergents are geared towards outdoor goods. For a rule of thumb, you can use the garment measurement for a pillow and the sleeping bag measurement for a comforter, but when in doubt, add more, and you can always reach out to our customer service team if you have any questions. Wash on gentle or delicate using warm water and a medium spin, and don't forget to add an extra rinse and spin cycle. This extra rinse and spin cycle is super important because it's going to flush any lingering detergent from inside the bedding and remove excess water, which is going to ultimately speed up the drying process. When you take your bedding out of the wash, it's going to look like this. Flat, clumpy, and generally pretty sad looking. But don't worry, drying is going to make all the difference. Gently transfer your bedding to the dryer. Even though we use a durable baffling material in our comforters and throws, the down in your bedding will be heavy when wet, making it easier to tear the baffles if you aren't handling it carefully. If you have any dryer balls you'd like to use, you can add them in here. They're not required, but they will help break up down clumps in the drying process. Otherwise, you can always opt for some manual unclumping between drying cycles. Set your dryer to tumble on medium heat at hour-long intervals. Check your bedding between cycles. If it still feels slightly damp or clumpy, run it for another hour. Reorient your bedding to promote even drying between cycles, and repeat until dry. It's important to note here that even though the cotton shell might feel dry, the down inside could still be wet, so don't be afraid to add an extra hour or two to the total dry time. This process can take a while, so go finish a puzzle, make some tea, sit back, and let the dryer work its magic. Once you're super confident that your bedding is fully dry and clump-free, you can remove it from the drum. It should be nice and lofty, clean and revived. Now you're ready to store it for the season or hop right back into bed. Happy snoozing!